Hello everyone. Today I am Rishabh Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor from the Mechanical Department, taking the second lecture of heat transfer, in which we will cover up the topic conservation of energy. As we have generally known that conservation of energy and the conservation of mass plays an important and very vital role in our life and as well as our theoretical studies. Now today in this lecture we will discuss how can we conserve energy or how the conservation of energy takes place. Let's starting with the slide that we have, that the changing form of energy. As from the first law of thermodynamics says that energy is neither be created or nor be destroyed, only it can change its form of energy from one form to another. Or we can say that energy neither be created or nor be destroyed, only it can change its position from one body to another body. Here the thing is that we are transferring the energy, either it will be kinetic energy, potential energy, heat energy and many more. Any type of energy can be transferred from one body to another. As theoretically we have studied that energy is transferred 100% from one body to another. We have examples that transforming electrical energy. First we have a light bulb, in which a bulb absorb the energy or gain the energy as a electrical energy, and from the flow of electrons the light will converted, the bulb filament get heated and convert it into the light form, by which we are able to say that the complete electrical energy will convert it into light energy. The second example, having a hair dryer, in which a hair dryer get its electrical energy and then convert into mechanical form and transferring into the wind energy. It means we have a two conversion forms of energy in this example. Let's take the new examples and discuss about the changing of form of energy. This example, transforming chemical energy into the car engine, or much more. Let's discuss. Initially we have a fuel, that is a liquid form, and that is a chemical energy. That chemical energy will get burned into the engine and it transform into mechanical work, that is a rotation of crankshaft. That chemical energy will converted into mechanical energy, and by the help of mechanical energy we are able to move our vehicle forward. Simultaneously the engine moves other components of the car, that is a fan of the AC, or we can say the fan of the radiator, that needs an electrical energy again, or we will get some output from this. What we do, the mechanical energy will convert it into electrical energy, and that electrical energy will transform the motion to the fan and it will rotate and provide a wind energy. It means complete transformation of energies will take place according to the need and in different forms. If we generally talk about the kinetic energy and the potential energy, if a body is in rest, then that its potential energy is the maximum and the kinetic energy is 0. When a body is in motion, that time the potential energy of a system is zero and it will completely converted into kinetic energy. That time the kinetic energy of the system of our body or a body will be the maximum. Then while the body will get at the rest position, then again the kinetic energy of the body will become zero and the potential energy become maximum. In many situations there is conservation between potential and kinetic energy. The total amount of potential energy as well as the kinetic energy in a system, it's called the mechanical energy. And the mechanical energy is being determined by the two energies, that is potential energy plus kinetic energy. Next we will discuss about the mechanical energy. The mechanical energy is due to the position and the motion of an object. If a body is moving or it's changing its location, that process is generally known as the mechanical energy. In the similar way, the heat energy is also transferring from one body to another and its energy is remain constant. In this we have another example that what happened when to the mechanical energy of an apple as it falls from a tree. As the apple falls to the ground, its height decreases, therefore its potential energy also decreases. The potential energy is not lost, simultaneously it has been converted into the kinetic energy and the velocity of apple will increase. And what about the mechanical energy? The mechanical energy will remains the same for the complete motion as the combination of the potential energy and the kinetic energy. The summation of the energy of both energy is the mechanical energy. As the mechanical energy does not change because the loss in potential energy is simply transferred into kinetic energy and the energy in the system remains constant. The total amount of energy stay the same. Let's discuss next, that is the swinging alone. Have you think about the change in energy when you are swing? At what point do you have the most potential energy or the kinetic energy, and what about the mechanical energy? Have you think about that ever? If no, then let's discuss how we discuss have the energy conservations. At the time of that you are at the certain height, then the potential energy of the system, that is the that gives the formula is mgh, that mass into gravity into height. As the height increases during the swings, the potential energy of the system will increases, and as well as the simultaneously when the height decreases, the kinetic energy increases and the potential energy decreases. as the energy is transferred to the whole system and the complete mechanical energy remains same. Then we have a conservation of energy. The law of conservation of energy states that the energy cannot be created or destroyed. The big capture, the total energy is universe and it remains same. As the transfer of the energies will takes place to the system to the and between the system and the surroundings and surroundings to system, and the whole universe is known as the system plus surroundings, that is universe, and system is isolated, by which there is no net transfer of the heat or the motion or energy will takes place. As we can say that energy remains same in the universe and no energy is transferred to any obstacles or any other bodies. You need to remember about the friction. As you slow down on the swings and the hooks, the chain rubs its motion or the other links, and it air pushes against the rider. The friction causes the mechanical energy on the swing to change the thermal energy, and the temperature of the hook and the chain heated up a little. The energy is there just in a different forms. It means we have the all the energies lies on the swings or the chain and the of the body or the person who is or that are swing on a on a swinger will get the complete energy and feel the same. Let's discuss about the conservation of energy, energy transformation about the heat. Next we have a energy in our body. Even the energy converted in your body follows the law of energy conservation, as chemical potential energy is transferred to kinetic energy that allows your body to move. Next we have a calories. A calorie is a unit to measure energy in foods. 1 calorie is equal to about 4184 joules. A person uses about 55 calories while sleeping for 1 hour, 210 calories while walking for 1 hour, and 850 calories while running for 1 hour. It means the person who is sleeping, walking or running simultaneously convert its energy to the other forms. Let's discuss that next is that reversible and the irreversible processes for the heat transfer, as well as the other factors and the processes which can be reversible process, that could be a reversible process or a irreversible process. Let's discuss about what is reversible process. A reversible process is defined as a process that can be reversed without leaving any trace on the surroundings. It means both system and surroundings are returned to their initial state at the end of reverse process. The reversible processes do not occur and they are only idealization of actual processes. We use reversible process concept because first, they are easy to analyze. They are most easy to analyze or simulate since system passes through a series of equilibrium states. Second, we have they serve as limits to which the actual processes can be compared. Now we have some factors that can cause a process to become irreversible. First, we have a friction. The friction can't be a reversible process. Second, we have unrestrained expansion and compression. Third, the mixing process. Third, heat transferred at an infinite change of temperature. Then inelastic deformation and a chemical reaction. In our reversible process, things happen very slowly without any restricting force, without any space limitation. Everything happens in a highly organized way. That is, it is not a physically possible, it is an idealization. Let's discuss about internal reversible process and external reversible process. In internal reversible process, if no irreversibilities occur within the boundaries of the system, in these processes, a system undergoes through a series of equilibrium states. And when the process is reversed, the system passes through exactly the same equilibrium state while returning to its initial state. External reversible process. If no irreversibilities occur outside the system boundaries during the process, heat transfer between a reservoir and a system in an externally reversible process, if the system of the contact between the system and the reservoir is at the same temperature. Totally reversible both external and internal reversible processes. Next, we have some examples of reversible as well as the non-reversible or irreversible processes. For the reversible processes, first example, we have a frictionless relative motion in which the frictional energy will be neglected or there will be no friction takes place. Second, we have a expansion and compression of a spring. In the expansion and the compression of the spring, it will return to its original shape and size without forming any irregularity in the spring. Frictionless adiabatic expansion and compression of the fluid. If we compress a liquid without any friction and in the adiabatic process where no energy transfer will takes place, then that process is also known as the reversible process. Polytopic expansion and the expansion of the fluid is also an example for reversible process. Isothermal expansion and compression. If at the constant temperature we will expand or compress any fluid, then the process will be the reversible process. In electrolysis is complete process of reversible process. An irreversible process is one in which the heat transfer through a finite temperature. In summary, processes that they are not reversible are known as irreversible. Example of irreversible processes. First, relative motion with friction. That process can't be reversed or taken back with the same energy. Second, we have combustion. In combustion, the burning of fuel can't be reversed. Third, we have a diffusion. In diffusion, there will be the collaboration or mixing of two substances by which we are not able to separate those substances again in the same form. Fourth, we have a free expansion. The free expansion of the system where the energies will liberate or rejected in the free form that can't be reversed back. Then we have a throttling process. In the throttling process, we will able to transfer the energy in a smaller way, but we are not able to abstract or absorb again those energies. Electricity flow through a resistance. If the energy is transferred to a resistance, the resistance will absorb the energy and converts its energy into the another form, in the form of heat as well as the radiation forms, but it can't be back or reversed to the electrical energy. Then we have a heat transfer. If the heat is transferred to a body, we can't gain it back properly. Then we have a plastic deformation. It means a deformation will take place and we are not able to regain its original shape and size. Then the plastic deformation takes place and we are not able to reverse this process again. Irreversibilities are of two types: external irreversibilities and internal irreversibilities. For the external irreversibilities, these are associated with dissipating effect outside the working fluid. For the example, mechanical friction occurring during a process due to some external source. Second, we have a internal irreversibilities. These are associated with dissipating effect within the working fluid. For that example, we have a unrestricted expansion of gas, viscosity and the inertia of gases. Today we have discussed about the conservation of energy. The conservation of energy could be takes place in every forms of energy, either in the heat energy, mechanical energy, chemical energy, or something else. We can say that the conservation of energy could takes place. So today we are just ending this lecture with the topics that we have covered, that conservation of energy and the reversible and the irreversible processes in the environment or the surroundings. In upcoming lectures we will discuss about the how and in many ways or in which ways we are able to transfer the heat, and in different components and the system we will transfer the energies. That will be the heat energy. So stay tuned for the next video and we will write back to you soon. Thank you.